Okay, so just it's a beautiful day today. It actually feels like it's about, I don't know, 24 degrees or something. I don't think it is. It's probably more like only about 19 degrees, 18 degrees or something. I don't know. Anyway, I decided, and it's only about 10 o'clock in the morning, so a beautiful day for doing some beekeeping. So I thought I would jump in and remove these oxalic acid strips. They've been in for a long time, but because they're still wet and still got a lot of acid on, I've just left them in there. Since my last videos, I've actually added these supers on, which I didn't video, and also I waxed some black plastic in. This idea that I pinched off Glenn, an Aussie beekeeper. So kudos Glenn, thank you for that tip. It's actually food grade too, because I was worried about chemicals leaching off it, but it's I forget the type of plastic it is, but I've checked into it. It's all food grade and doesn't leach chemical, which is fantastic. I'm not expecting there to be any honey. I really put that on just to allow space, because the queen will be really building up now, so I just wanted to make sure they've got space to do whatever it is they want to do. These frames actually had honey in them from when I took them off at winter, and they've been in the freezer. So any of this honey that's here now is honey from last season, not actually what they're doing at the moment. So they've also got additional stores if they need them. There's not a lot in here. Some of them still need building out. I noticed the ants have moved in, especially on this frame. Oh yeah, they're having a good old time in there. That's rather annoying. Anyway, as long as they're not nesting in here, I think they're just taking advantage of some of that unprotected honey and nectar that's sitting in there. There's no bees up here, so they're not working it. Which brings me to a question. Some of those frames have uncured honey, nectar, and if the bees are not on there working them, is it likely to, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, when nectar doesn't turn it, ferment. Is it likely to ferment? Yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. Now these colonies were quite small coming out of winter, and they do appear to be growing, which is awesome. Check there's no queen on there. There is a little bit of moisture in the hive, and of course there's slugs. One slug. But they don't seem to be impacted too badly. Just check this. Yep, still plenty of diatomaceous earth in there. Oh, it is definitely warming up. Lots of orientation flights going on this morning. Okay, so they've got some food there still. I also put these green drone frames in when I put the honey supers on, but of course they've done nothing with them. But again, it'll give the old girl some space if she needs it. They're definitely expanding, which is pleasing to see. I was a bit worried about them. More food, honey, pollen. Just checking there's no eggs. No eggs. There's also some fresh nectar in there. I'm going to whack this one over here. You can see these strips are still got a lot of acid on them, but I'm going to remove them now, and next time I inspect I'll do a wash. I haven't seen any mites in the trays. Okay, so that's beautiful. There's Queenie just in this corner here, down here somewhere just there. Hope you can see that. So she's alive and well. Lots of cap brood there, lots of stores, lots of open larvae. Not much on this side. Bit of food and that's it. Right, that's pleasing to see her. So these strips, oh, there's some hive beetle larvae. I don't know if you can see them. The bees after them. Anyway, as I was saying, these strips have been in for, oh my goodness, probably 18 weeks, but I was just experimenting to see whether they're still effective, and they have been. But as you can see, they're also a harbourage point for small hive beetles, so they're coming out. Okay, so lots of cap brood, lots of open brood, honey. I'm struggling to see eggs, but I can see some eggs and some very tiny larvae. So as you can see, she's building up nicely. It's looking really good. There's some girls there with some pollen bags. There's open larvae. A couple of hive beetle I just seen. So I think it's a good idea for me to remove those strips. Okay, give these girls another smoke. Such a perfect day for keeping. Not a breath of wind. Okay. More cap brood, uncapped brood, honey, pollen. Yeah, looking really healthy. So she's laid up some eggs in these drone cells. So I'll have to keep an eye on them, and I'll remove them and freeze them down so I can do a bit of mite control. You can see how there's still plenty of oxalic acid on there, and they're still moist, but time for them to go, I think. They've been in there way too long. This one is mostly pollen and honey stores. And honey stores. Some small hive beetle, not a lot though, so not too concerned. Glass frame, just pretty much empty, except the slugs are loving it. You can see there's one slug in a cell there. I'm gonna remove that. This has all been slimed up a bit with this, with the slugs. I'm hoping the girls will just clean that up, okay? I'm actually going to move it in. Just give the queen more room for laying. Hopefully the girls will clean that up all right. Now, I've just got to get a few slugs out of here. Big fat one on there. It's very wet on that inside there. I'm hoping that will clean up, dry up as the weather warms up. Okay, we'll put this one here. Okay, we'll close up the hive. They're doing really well. I'm happy with how they're going. Actually, I'll put the plastic down first, in case there's some residue of oxalic acid on top of the frames. I don't want to rust out my queen excluder. I will be getting some plastic ones shortly, but until then, okay. Some cinnamon on the toppy to try and move those ants on, hopefully. Whew. It's definitely warming up. You know, I'm just thinking, because both of these, well, all the hives really, but these Langstroths in particular, get quite wet on this side. And I'm just thinking, they really should be facing more that way. So, no, I've got that back to front. They really should be facing that way more. So I think I'm going to gradually move these hives. I won't actually move the hive, I'll just move the rear end. and see if that helps. I probably should have done that a long time ago. Anyway, let's move on to the other hives.